Hello, welcome to Something or Nothing podcast.
Hi,
My name's Frank, and this is Summer,
your one and only.
your one and only.
So this is our first episode.
Our introduction.
Okay. A pilot episode,
Yeah.
we call it. So this is gonna be a short one. To introduce ourselves to you guys. This is our first podcast together. We used to produce a podcast before, but we just a producer, right? So this is our own product.
We on camera now, not behind the scenes, but on camera.
Yeah, we both not really like shy in front of the camera. We're more comfortable behind the camera. So if you find this a bit awkward, then
We also find it awkward, so you're not alone.
yeah. So Frank,
So Summer,
oh, it's so weird.
Furkan.
His full name is Furkan,
Yeah.
but I always call him Frank. I call him Frank from now on. I cannot with the Furkan.
Fine.
It's a bit. So introduce yourself a little bit to the viewer.
My name is Furkan, and
Oh ma, I hear some airplanes. Anyway,
my name is Furkan, but some people call me Frank.
hi Frank.
Why Frank? 'Cause it's like a Western name. My name Furkan is actually Turkish,
Hmm.
because my parents are Turkish. But I grew up in Belgium, so yeah, I have like kind of a Western background, I guess you could say.
Western.
Yeah,
European.
European. Yeah. So who am I? I'm a co-founder of My Niche. It's the agency that we both started together.
Mm-hmm.
It's a design and development agency, and I've been working in this industry for like almost 10 years already. So yeah, that's me.
I'm distracted because I'm one of our special speaker to join us too. Can I call him?
Sure, go ahead.
Go.
That's how you call a guest speaker.
See, this is our guest speaker. It's a she. So friendly, but I'm afraid to touch it. So we at a park here somewhere in Phnom Penh. It's called Noria Garden. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So Frank already introduced himself. Let me introduce myself. My name is actually Laxmi. It's like Hindu goddess name.
So you are a goddess.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, really?
You can call me Summer. Everybody's called me Summer. Oh, I want to be called Summer.
Okay.
Same thing.
Oh, why you want to be called Summer?
I don't know. I think back in university, I watched this movie, and then one of the actress, her name is Summer, and I kind of stick with this. Like,
It's 300 Days of Summer.
no, not that one. I don't know. So that's when I think that was in like my second year in uni. So then I started like, okay, people call me Summer, and another reason is because I was in Japan, right, for my university, and people could not call me properly for my name properly. They call it Sumi.
Okay.
In like,
the Japan.
Yeah, like Laxmi, but they call it, you can call it short Smi, but Japanese people call me Sumi.
They make it Japanese.
Sometimes it's Sumi, it's something like that. So I'm like, oh my God. It sounds so weird. So I just let them call me Summer because it's easy. It's English word.
Sunmi is like a Korean name, no?
I don't know. Maybe.
Anyway.
Yeah. That's one it is. And I'm also one of the co-founder of Mindty as well.
Wait.
I hate to be cute.
Okay.
Okay, so back to our topic about the podcast. So you might find it weird or interesting regarding the name of the podcast. It's called
Something or Nothing.
Yeah. Why we decided to choose this name?
Because the idea is that we're going to share our experiences and like things that happened during the course of our endeavors. But like not all our experiences might be relatable to people watching or listening. But some of them, they might be, and then they can like get something from it, or maybe they will get nothing from it because they did not experience it. They're not in the exact same field. Like they handled it differently. So you might get something from it, but you might also get nothing from it. It's like up to you, the viewer or listener.
It's a very one of a kind name for a podcast, right? Something or nothing. I think that the idea that's come from it, I think it's come from him, right? You proposed this idea. Because, yeah. Anyway, so what else we should talk about? Like I said, we're a bit awkward here because we used to produce, now we're doing ourselves.
I don't have my phone.
We're looking for a script.
Yeah, I'm looking for a script.
Okay, maybe share a little bit about our background a bit, I guess. and how does it tie to like doing a podcast? You know, because I hear people or you used to ask me like, why not making like just a normal YouTube video while a podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't remember what my answer was.
Okay, so my background, you want.
Yeah.
So how far back do I go? Like, it's been like 10 years, but then also you can count my
Okay.
education too. So
Imagine this is like a job interview, and I ask you, could you please introduce yourself a little bit to us?
but we already did that though.
But you only introduce name and stuff. But you should also cover your working background, you know, where your education.
So initially, when I finished my education with a master in interaction design, I started working. Well, I was actually already working while I was studying. I was working for IT consultancy as like the in-house designer / developer. So I would like work on their website and like make branding assets and stuff for them. And I worked with that company for a long while. I was also outsourced by that company to like other major like companies in Belgium as well. So I studied and worked in Belgium for like 6 years. But meanwhile, I was also like freelancing on the side as well. So like I had a lot of like freelance projects, and I noticed that, you know, doing 9 to 5 job, like working in Brussels, it was not really doing it for me. I was not really enjoying it. At the job itself, it was like fun. I did enjoy like the job itself, but like being, you know, confined to like only working 9 to 5 and like having to go to on location, you know, like working in the building and stuff, that was kind of frustrating for me, I guess. So I decided to focus more on my freelance stuff and then like kind of develop that a bit, and then I started traveling, and then yeah, I've been doing that for a while, and then now we have our own agency together. So
It's been like a year, I guess, since
Yeah.
almost a year.
yeah,
I think we started in August last year.
almost a year. Yeah.
Yeah, next month's gonna be the birthday. But yeah. So when you talk about like you were like a designer and developer, would people ask you, are you a designer or are you a developer? What
So it depends on what they need. I'm like a chameleon. I can become whatever they need.
is it called? What is it?
A jack of all.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
what trade?
Yeah, I can do a lot of. I can do like a lot of stuff because I had to, because the consultancy I used to work for, they did not have anybody else like doing this kind of stuff, like doing the marketing, doing the branding, and because I was working in house, I was like the sole person that they would go to if they want. They saw this from the competitor, they want it, like figure out how to do it. So I got to do a lot of different stuffs. Also, like my background and my studies also forced me to learn a lot of different type of stuff, because they introduce us to like a lot of different media, and then we have to figure out like, okay, what is it that you want to pursue. But I'm very curious, so I pursue everything.
I think it's a good skill though. Like the skills all you have, even though you're not like, you know, expert in like all field. No, I'm trying to say like, you know how people like, if you know for like example, if you know Photoshop, you know 10 out of 10 of Photoshop. Illustrator, you know 10 out of 10, right? But you know like, let's say 6, 7 out of like each skill and stuff, but you know a lot of skill. And I think people like nowadays, like companies also looking this kind of people too, actually, because they're very helpful, especially for startup.
I mean,
They don't have the budget.
I'm looking for people like that for our.
Yes, we do so too. Like example, if we're looking for a content creator, that we also wanted them to like at least know how to like do a CapCut video editing, right? Or like come up with like content idea, or can do like a simple design and stuff. You know, don't have to be like very expert in that specific skill, but at least they know the basic, right? And then I think that's the skill that you can actually sell yourself quicker, I guess. I don't know, but that's my opinion. What do you think?
I agree with you. Like I think having like many skills, but because I am someone like that, so I have to agree with what you said. But I do think like companies, some companies, like major companies, they prefer to have people that are like specialized in like certain things. like even when I was like freelancing, and sometimes I would like apply for a job, and they would reply back saying like, oh, we see that you're lacking this specific skill set, and that's what we need. Even though I would be able to, like, if I like get the job, I can like quickly educate myself and like be able to do what they require. But it's like, they need this specific skill set. If you don't fit into that like box that they like draw out, they will not hire you.
That's for like big corporation,
Yeah.
right? Because they already have like people that they want to put in like each spot already. But
I think right now, like, big corporations are the biggest hiring pool as well. Like, I don't think startups right now are like the biggest hiring pool. I'm not sure about like the numbers, but so if you're looking for a job, it will be beneficial maybe to have a specialization. But your specialization, like,
of course, like if you know you have a lot of skills, but I'm pretty sure you need to be like more talented in one specific skill.
Yeah.
Right? That you like to do and stuff. And then talking about like this skill, and then you said like you agree with it because you like can relate with it. Then, okay, talking about me, I can also relate because I don't know a lot of stuff, but I know many stuff. So my background is in marketing, right? So I'm interested in like doing content creation or producing video, like, but I'm also can do like a little bit of design, a little bit of video editing here and there. But in general, I can say I can relate onto this as well. Even we're looking at the intern ourselves. We also have like 2 interns right now and joining us. They are graphic designer, but we could see also they could do other stuff that can be beneficial, or we can like make use of their skill for them to learn, and also for us to utilize it as well.
I think like the most important thing in like this is that if you as a person are open to learning new skills and open to like, enhancing whatever you're doing, then it's okay. Like, even if, in my opinion, like, big corporations don't agree with me on this, but I think if you're open to learning a new, like, I don't know, like framework or software or whatever it is, then it's fine. Like, you will be able to do it. But if you're like, no, I only want to do this and nothing else, then yeah, I think you can become like very good in that, like whatever it is that you want to do, like you can be amazing like in that specific thing, but like you're never gonna like grow out of it.
I'm good.
So like my personal preference, if I'm looking for someone like to work for me or like my business, then I would prefer to look for people that are willing to learn.
Yeah, that's true.
That want to grow and like want to improve.
I agree on to that. I heard a lot of people like employer, they always say something like this. Yeah, like the spirit you invest in motivation, personality of the people more.
Yeah,
than the skill.
The skill set right now.
Train.
Yeah, you can learn a lot of stuff. Like you can train a lot of stuff.
But mentality, personality wise, you can train too.
Well, you can change that.
It take time.
Yeah, I think if you go into it with the right mindset, then you will come ahead faster. Yeah.
Okay. I have a question for you. I think I need to ask you now, and then I might forget about it. Speaking of podcast, what is your current favorite podcast channel right now?
Mine.
Yeah.
This, not something or nothing. It's my favorite.
I mean, another one. I know that this is gonna be your, one and only. But other podcasts, maybe local or international.
There's a podcast by Caleb Hammer. It's like about financial.
Who?
It's like
a guy with like the American guy.
Yeah, with the glasses, doing like audits on people's finances. I think that's like very interesting for me.
Well, what's one story you like find it interesting or you heard about?
There's many things. Like most of the people that come on the show, it's kind of like similar thing. It's the show. I don't know if I should go into detail about the show, but
you can.
So like the show is Caleb Hammer is the host of the show, and like what he does is he audits people's personal finances. So he goes and looks into like their debts, their spending, and their savings, and then try to create a plan for them to get out of that, essentially. And America, like they love that. They love spending things on credit card, and like a lot of the people that come on the show, they have like tens of thousands of dollars in debt, and and they don't even make enough money to pay off the debt, so they just keep going into more and more debt, and like essentially like every single episode is like him going crazy over how much debt people have and how relaxed that the people are about having that much debt. Because like they say, oh, like my friends also have this amount of debt, so it's not a problem. It's like I'm
like normalize.
they normalize it. So, and like for me, it's like hilarious to see, but also kind of.
I saw a TikTok video in Cambodia, and then I think it's from Pingling, the jewelry shop in here. So the girl asked another American girl, saying that it's all the American there like living in debt, and then the American girl said like, yeah, they're happy, but not everybody happy, or they're happy, but in short is like everybody's there is like in debt with the credit card.
Yeah.
Like you see like how fancy, how they spend and all that stuff, but everybody has debt. And it might be too harsh to say everybody, but like the majority people,
Yeah,
they would use credit card all the time. And then but because I think that kind of, you know, Western culture, they like live under like, not under, like they based on the credit
system.
Yeah, credit system, right? To build your own credits too.
So Caleb also explains this to like all the people that come on the show. It's like you can make use of credit, but like all of the people that come on this show, they don't know how to make use of it. So they're getting taken advantage of, because these businesses, the banks that like give credit cards to people, their goal is to make money. They're trying to make money. They're not trying to help people out. It's not like an NGO.
Mm.
So the way they make money is by interest. So like when you buy something on your credit card and you cannot pay back the credit card, they get interest on like whatever you purchase. So you actually end up paying more for like whatever you're buying if you instead like buy it out of hand. And a lot of people, they don't understand, because it's so easy to buy things on credit. Like I want to buy a new laptop. It costs like $2,000. I don't have $2,000 right now, but I have a credit card that I can like use for $2,000, and then I just pay it monthly. You know, monthly I need to pay like $100. Yeah, I have $100. I can buy it. So the mentality is like, oh, I have this credit card I can use to like buy this whatever, and then they do that, and then before you know it, because apparently some of the people that came on the show, they also don't even like look at their bank accounts, so like they don't even want to know how much debt they have.
And that's very dangerous.
Yeah, so yeah, I think there's like a huge like financial illiteracy, so they don't know how to like read finances. So I think what he's doing is good. Like he's trying to educate people on that.
And besides that, you have any other
Podcasts?
Do you listen to podcasts
No.
regularly?
I don't. I'm not really like a podcast consumer.
So I think by watching, you mainly like watching like a short clips on like TikTok, stuff,
TikTok.
but you're not watching the whole show.
I do some shows, like if it intrigues me, like the TikTok is really good or funny or whatever, then I will watch the entire show. So but I would watch it. I would not listen to it, because for me, I prefer to listen to music. I don't know, than people talking. But that's me.
For me, I think I enjoy watching podcasts too. Watch and listen at the same time. And to get me, I like listen to podcasts also can get me into the zone too.
What do you mean by the zone? Explain.
Like working and get me like into the zone of working, like by listening it and then doing the work at the same time, like listening to the music. But I don't know, maybe I listen to the podcast, I only catch like 50% out of it or 60%, but it's still like soothing for me.
It's background noise. It's background noise. You're not really paying attention to the pet, but you want people to be talking in the background.
Yeah, but I will catch on like some part that like they make it interesting, like they're laughing or like there's an argument coming up. Then I would like, okay, stop a bit and then pay attention to it, and then.
So you're not then you go out of the zone then.
No, but I can go back in it. I already like in the zone. The podcast and the work is already in.
For me, it's a bit different. Like when I'm doing something and I'm like in the zone, like you said, then I cannot see anything else. I need to focus only on that. I'm listening to music or whatever, but like everything falls away, and like my like sole focus is on that one thing that I'm doing.
I heard about this too. It says like guys, it's really hard for them to get into the work zone.
Oh.
Like, and when you get it, when they get into the zone, then if you distract them, they get out of it, and then
It's
the
very
first thing they're gonna do is play game.
it's very difficult to. I don't know about playing game. If you're working in the office, you cannot go play game, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it's well, like once you get into like the working like mood, and then you get out of it, it's very difficult to go back into it. Like you cannot just hop back into it. It takes some time because you've been like doing. Sometimes I have like 100 tabs open, like on Chrome. I know like everything where I need to click for whatever I need, right? But then if I'm out of it, that like all of the tabs they become like super small, right? I don't know what to click on.
Another thing is, well, I have something to say, but I just forgot about it. No, I forgot about.
I don't know what you.
What the hell? Oh, okay, I remember. Okay, so you said it's difficult to get in the zone and stuff, and I think it's even. I want to add on this because it's even more difficult if you're like doing your own business, and then you have to like motivate yourself to like get into the work because you have to get work done, right? It's different from like you working out for other people, and you know you have your boss or your supervisor on top of you, and then they push you. But as a business owner like us, I don't know if you feel that too, but for me, there's so many things that we need to get done, like getting client, doing social, and all that like amazing stuff. But it's so hard to like get the right motivation to get it done and stuff. I always get easily distracted. I don't know if you feel that too or no. Because I don't feel like much pressure anymore, except for the part that we don't have client and then we don't have money. But other than that, because I used to work for other people, so they would push me, okay, this the deadline. You have to be done by this. Otherwise, you're going to be like, get scolded by the boss or like your salary will be cut off or something like that.
Yeah, but it's the same though. Like if you don't put in the work, you're not gonna get clients.
Delay, you know, you can delay like, okay, maybe 1 day, 2 days, you know. You don't have to be like, okay, done by this and stuff. Even though most of the time I will do, but some of the time I a bit slack off. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're doing your own business, so you can determine the timeline yourself. But yeah, if you have issues. This is the first time hearing of this. So.
Really?
Yeah, I will put pressure on you if that's what you require.
Sometimes I do like pressure too.
Like the whole idea of like starting your own business is so that you can have like autonomy and you can have self-control, so you can determine how much you want to work.
Yeah, but if you have too much freedom, then
My
loss in
my issue, like I agree with you, but my issue is like we have so many things that we need to do. Like it's a lot, and I don't know where to start. And sometimes it's like, okay, if there's so many things you need to do and you don't know where to start, don't start. That's the feeling I get sometimes. Like I cannot even.
No, I heard people says like if you have a lot of stuff to do to get done, and you don't feel like doing it, then start with a small task.
Oh yeah.
And you will like don't do anything.
Don't do anything at all. Yeah. But the thing is with me, when I do start, I do like a lot. So yeah, for me, I don't start small. I start bigger.
I cannot do that. I have to start small, and I feel like okay, I'm accomplish something, right?
Yeah, so like for instance, I will give an example. Right now, I'm developing an application, and like for the longest time, I had my like development setup already ready. I can start developing, but I'm like, this is gonna be so much work. I don't want to start on it yet. And then one evening, I was just like, okay, let me just do the basic, like of the app. So like it's like the framework is like set up properly. And then I just started, and then before I knew it, I already had like an entire chat system built out, like notifications, like almost the entire app is already finished. I'm just keep adding on more and more stuff.
I think it's also related to your mentality too. If you think like, oh, it's gonna be too much, oh, it's a lot of work, then you already feel tired before even starting it.
Yeah, but when I started it
you don't think about it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it went by very quickly. Like
It's crazy how your mind, your brain
influence.
do a lot of shit.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay, I know that we're starting Mighty, the agency is not too like long, it's just like a year. But what's one lesson you learned from doing, it's either doing the agency type or doing business in general? Tough
The one thing I learned, or
question.
let me think. So like I have a lot of difficulties talking about finances, like budget, like discussing budget with clients and stuff like that. I think I like during my freelance time, I was forced to do it because if I don't discuss it, I'm either not gonna get paid or I'm gonna get paid too little. So I think I got more and more comfortable like discussing this and like talking about it openly
With the client.
with clients. Yeah, and I'm trying to like make it so that we discuss it as early as possible as well, like before we go into anything. Like with our agency, we don't even like have to discuss it actually, because it's like the entire thing is already like transparent laid out. So yeah, I think this is like the biggest thing right now that I got from doing business. Yeah.
To see.
And you?
One thing I learned. So let me tell you this thing.
Let me tell you something.
So we just joined a Accelerator program. And then we also won, not top.
With top finalists.
Yes, and win some prize. Yes, and so I think it's like 5 to 6 months long program thing.
Mm-hmm.
But during that time, I learned so much about doing business. Because I mean, back in university, I learned something about business too. But something is like on the surface and stuff. As long as you have product and you know how to advertise it, then it's fine. But then during this program, I learned like, okay, if you have a product, but question yourself if the product is actually like has a market demand or not, and are you talking to the right customer, right? Like one thing that we learn is we use during the program, the first thing, we try to target the Cambodian clients, right, with our price point, pricing plans and stuff, and then we try to target that. And that what was not a good thing in the first place.
It was a very big challenge and nearly impossible to do.
Yeah, we target to the
wrong people.
Yeah. So I thought about it again, and then maybe Cambodia is not, and the market is not ready for that and stuff. So I learned also other stuff too, but that's one of the things that's
product market fit.
Yeah, that really like opened my eye. And like you used to say like it's like a thing sound like a light bulb on your head. Oh,
the monkey going like this disappeared.
If you could have, edit the picking, that's so funny. Yeah. So I think for this podcast, I think it's been 10-20 minutes already, but you've been hearing us talking about personal, about work, about entrepreneurship and journey.
Yeah.
But I think throughout this podcast, in the next episode, we're still talking related about that. Some topic could be more specific onto like design or the development, or some could be talking about our journey, or it can be a mix of both in one episode, something like that, right? Because one thing is, like you said before, it's related to the name. We want to share something useful to you. And if you think it could be like a useful lesson, then you can take it. And if it's not, then just leave it.
Yeah, I agree. So I also want to mention, like, to anybody watching, let us know, like, what do you want to hear us discuss? Like, what do you want us to talk about? Like, which experiences, or like, do you have any struggles right now that you need help with, or you don't know how to resolve? Like, let us know, and then we can discuss like our own experiences and how we dealt with it.
Example. For example,
I mean, you could have like a client that keep asking you for changes on their designs. Like, how do you deal with that? Like, we've experienced this many times. I personally experienced this many times, and like there are ways you can deal with that. You can.
Or another example is, since you specialize in 3D, right? So if any of you viewer or listener, you have some question about 3D, like advertising billboard, let's say, then you can put on the question and ask us, and we can answer the question here. And then we could do like some, design and attach to this video that we would do as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And we have a lot of topic layout already that we plan to shoot for you already. For example, the design principle, or some, website or some brand that we would think that they should do some rebranding, or what type of website you should use, or, all this related to like industry topic that we plan to do. So please send us some comments, and leave some comment.
Like and subscribe.
Thank you for tuning in for this episode, and hope to see you again next episode.
Bye-bye.